What's up, guys? Yes, it is Monday. It's not freezing cold. It's actually almost 50 degrees right now. I do think it's gonna rain. You probably can't see it here in the video. And yes, I got my beard trimmed, my hair cut. I feel great. So I'm ready to get going. We're gonna be working on ceiling today. We're gonna be hopefully wrapping the ceiling up and even working on our sidewalls. Remember, we already laid all of our base trim. We got all of our interior wall framing done. So we're feeling pretty good about this. And I wanted to show you something real quick. Now take a look at this. See that? That is condensation. Now, I get a lot of questions about vapor barrier, and do you really want that vapor barrier on your walls? Because you're gonna trap moisture inside the wall cavity. Well, this is acting like I think it's supposed to, and that is by keeping the moisture from going through the insulation and condensing on the backside of the outside steel. So this is gonna keep moisture that's in the building. Now that does mean that you have to condition the space. That means you have to run a dehumidifier if the humidity level gets too high. We've sealed this cavity off. We've got a breathable weather barrier on the outside that's allowing anything on this cavity to breathe, but we're not letting air pass through from here to there, which is where your problems usually persist. Now, I would love to hear what people think about this, and this is pretty extreme. We've got a really big warm up, so there's a lot of moisture in this building right now, and so there's a lot of condensation that typically is not going to be here, but it just represents what the thought process is. Maybe it's wrong, but it's our thought process. We're stopping water from going through the cavity and condensing on the outside. So I don't know, I just wanted to show you guys that. So now what we're doing here in preparation for the ceiling is we've got everything cleaned out of the building, because working around stuff is just a super huge pain. And right now what we're doing is we're determining the center location, and we're snapping our line for that first sheet of steel. Because it is a raised cord truss, we usually want to start in a corner, but we really can't do that because we want to have that crisp rib line right down the center. So what we do is we start in the middle, we work to one side, and then we come back to the middle, and then we work out the other side. I'm really excited to get this ceiling. I love doing the vaulted raised cord trusses. And listen, it's going to be insulated. I don't know how many times I had to say this. I don't know how many times I had to answer that comment down in the comments section. But yeah, we spend time insulating the wall cavity, and we also insulate the ceiling with an R38 fiberglass. You got cardboard?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Leave It to Beaver?
Leave It to Beaver?
Yeah, Leave It to Beaver.
It's been so long since I have.
What's his name? The friend that's always like, oh, Mrs. Cleaver, you look beautiful, absolutely stunning today.
Shoot.
And he's just like a butt kisser all the time.
Yeah.
How far are we gonna make it? Get one more?
Yeah, probably that. Just
We should get to this guy.
Yeah. Nice.
You already know.
You ready?
Yeah. Let me grab my drill.
I don't have a drill, so
Then I will
it's all
grab
you.
the drill.
It's all you, bro.
Where's our center line?
Center is this guy.
I know, but what are we doing over here?
I wouldn't do it. I'd just put like a temp screw in it. Then once we get our sheet on, we'll
Climb back up here?
yeah. We won't have the plastic on over here.
Why don't we put it over on that side then?
Or we could put it over on that side because our lift is right here, but we could put it over there on that
No,
side.
let's do this side. I think the south side makes more sense. Okay, let's go.
Okay, let's do it. Oh, get low when the whistle goes. We might set up this box real quick.
Do it, man.
I said I like it like that. Okay, right there, bro.
Come over here and grab this drill. It's right on my waist, right over here in the front.
I'm just gonna tack it here so we can right in there. Good catch, Greg. You're amazing.
What up, dude? Give me 1 second. Here, hit one here, and then we'll go get Miguel taken care of. Plywood just showed up. This time around, I think I might have mentioned it, but I went ahead and got AC cabinet grade plywood. It was literally a couple dollars more a sheet, and it looks a ton better. So I'm excited to try that for the first time. We typically use a BCX 3/4 plywood, and honestly that's so we can get a lot more strength on the interior wall. Customer can hang anything anywhere. Oh man, we just set a heat. Make it quick. Look at that. AC grade plywood. Need to get that pile back, covers uncovered, get that pile in on the skid loader, and then we'll get the scissor lift loaded with our lumber, and by then I'll be down this wall, man. That's our 7/4s, yep. Just like I planned it, man.
Bro, you did good, man.
Thank you.
How did we get the last such a good
I look at it the other way around, Greg. How did I get blessed with such a creature like you? Yeah, we're good. Well, why didn't you then? Oh, just two? Yep. All right. Exactly. Pull it back. come back after lunch and we'll go ahead and rip this last piece down to go through there. But first half is done. It's all downhill, literally. We're gonna start the peak when we come back and we're just gonna go downhill. Literally, I love putting ceiling, and yes, it's a lot of work. It's hard on my shoulders. Everything's above your head, but with that mega deck scissor lift, 3 guys, the right tools, man, it goes quick and it is very gratifying. But we're on the last row of steel, and I think it's really cool here to note how the vapor barrier is getting sucked due to the vacuum pressure of the soffit draw up to the ridge vent. And I always think that's pretty cool, just seeing the building science of the building actually working like it's supposed to, which is the chimney effect, where it's pulling that lower air pressure up to the ridge cap. So I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, I already measured that. So what were we, 30.5 to 30 3/8? It's always kind of rewarding when you get to your last couple sheets and the whole run has been within an 1/8 inch. I think 30 3/8, 30.5 measurement. So that means at least that we ran it fairly straight. Very rarely do you get every one of them to be exactly perfect, but an 1/8 inch, we can handle that. Wait, right there. Okay. Get it in there. Okay, just
my hair. Gee, thing. Just bought it. I think I'm down over there. That's what I'm saying. Biggest flaw of that gun.
Biggest flaw of that gun, dog.
Ooh, okay.
Remember my trick, Greg?
Yeah, I remember your trick.
Send it. Here, bro, send it. Send it. Full send.
Ooh. That is crisp.
Nice. Check out this AC plywood. It is looking great. Look at these seams. Yes, there are multiple pieces there, guys. It's not just one big piece. I think that AC plywood was well worth the extra couple bucks a sheet. I think it totaled about $180 on the job for the entire amount extra. 30 3/4, Greg. Let's take a step back and look at this wall. It's gonna be great. This is where that 12-foot mezzanine is gonna be. It's gonna come out of that end wall 12 feet, and it'll be like 8 foot tall. So he's gonna have like a nice little metallurgy working area. Look at that. Sweet. Okay. We need that level.
Look at the biceps, bro. Oh my gosh.
Dude, they're huge.
Huge,
Bro. My biceps are just monsters.
Why don't you mark that window over there while I cut this?
Yeah, I'm marking your head while you cut the top. Right there. A little tight.
Sorry, dude.
A little too much of an angle. What? You want to go? Let's go. Don't be jumping at me like that. Nice.
Send it. Dude, look at that. It's like,
Yeah.
look at that.
Where are you going, bro?
Hey, Zach, you want to come over here to me?
Are you new?
Look at that grain mat wrapped around inside the corner, miter cut. Doesn't look like it, but it's the same piece wrapped around.
It's alright.
That sheet just don't go together very well. Oh, make sure there's no staples. Yeah.
Found it.
That's it, Greg. I'm OG.
Another path before.
Yeah, man. If it don't look right, probably because it ain't right.
Such a wise man.
Don't be messing nothing up, man. This is you now.
One day you dreamed you loved me, and the next day you so cold. One day you're here, one day, one day,
Well, that was a pretty productive day for us. The guys killed it. We got the ceiling done. That raised cord vaulted look, it's awesome. And then we went ahead, we had a little bit like a half hour's worth of time. So we went ahead and started on this back wall. We got that ACX plywood ran out, scribed around in this corner. That turned out pretty good. Looks like a nice seamless wraparound corner. And then we've also got this guy over here started as well. So tomorrow we'll get back here, we'll run out that plywood. Remember, there's a mezzanine back there, so we can't just run the steel on top. We'll have to do a little bit of, I guess, special trim. I'm gonna go out on a limb. I think tomorrow, that interior is gonna be pretty close to getting finished because there's not a lot to it. And we definitely have some pretty good systems in place, I think, to get that done pretty efficiently in one day. So I'm sure I'll have to come back, I'll have to make my window trims, and then once the concrete's done, I'm sure we'll come back for the mezzanine. But needless to say, not much left here, guys, so if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Give me that thumbs up. Greg said he needs it. It only is the only way he will feel good about himself. That's not true. Greg is super uber confident. But regardless, definitely appreciate your guys' support. So if you like the video, sorry about the fog, just moved into a new climate here in the trailer since it's heated. But if you like it, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I'd love to hear your thoughts on what you guys think. Yes, remember, the ceiling will be insulated. That's super foggy. Let's get that cleaned off. Well, I don't know if that's gonna get any better even if I wipe the lens off, so. We'll catch you guys on the next video. Thanks a lot for hanging out, watching the video. But like I was saying, the ceiling will be insulated. I will try my hardest to come by when the subcontractor is here blowing in that fiberglass, but don't fret. We spent time to really make sure that this building is going to be super energy efficient for our client, and I think he will enjoy it for years to come. He definitely is going to have an awesome workshop that I'm sure anybody would love to have. So we'll see you guys on the next video. Later.